Cancer. I'm going to say it right out of the gates. I feel like this is a little bit of a tough reading because before I turned on my camera, I saw the image of you opening a gate. I heard to a secret garden, opening this big iron gate. There was somebody on the other side wanting to come through, and you opened it, and it's like they put a crowbar in between the two gates and just pried it open, like pried their way in. Even though you were welcoming them, they went too far. They went past a place that you didn't want them to go, or you weren't ready for them to go just yet. And that could be a really vulnerable place in your heart that you eventually did share, or they found a direct route to something that was just a little bit too vulnerable for you, Cancer. And so now you're having to put up some kind of boundaries because it's creating some fear and anxiety over the extent to which this person was able to trigger you, able to hurt you, able to wound you. Okay, so that's the image I'm seeing. So I feel like this might be a tough reading. We have rest at the bottom. But, plant a seed and wait. Let's see what's going to go on here for this month. This is for June. We might be pulling on past energies. We'll see what goes on in this reading. And I keep saying that, see what goes on. And I feel like that was kind of your approach for a little bit. It was like, okay, this isn't exactly what I wanted. This isn't exactly what I chose, but I'm going to wait and see what happens. I'm going to wait and see what goes on. And I recently read a quote, and I don't remember verbatim how it went, but the gist of it was that if you stop trying to control what people do, you'll see what they'd rather do, right? And so I feel like you did that. You started to take your hands off and you saw what this person would rather do, what they were up to, and it hurt quite a bit, okay? Because I think part of what they did was hurt you. And I do feel like for many of you, you feel as though, and it may be true, I don't know, but I do sense from you a feeling that they hurt you intentionally. And the question you're having is, why would they do that when I was so open with them? But initially with that image, you weren't exactly so open with them. What's really hurting is that somebody violated your boundaries. Okay, so we need to figure out how to get stronger boundaries, most definitely. But let's see what's going on in June. I heard a turn of the tides. We might have a turn of the tides here. I want to lay out, I forget what this deck is called. Oh, here. It's, what the hell is it called? Inquire Within deck. Okay, so I'm going to lay out a card from here, from this oracle deck for each of the placements, and then we're going to do tarot, and I'll pull out an oracle card at the end. And I'm just going to light this Palo Santo here just to clear the energy a little bit. I do feel a little bit of like a weepy vibe, a weepy vibe. So I do feel like you've shed quite a few tears. For many of you, you're feeling your strength build back up, and that's beautiful. And maybe some of you are getting a little nervous because you're starting to plant seeds in that garden again, let it grow, and now you're wondering what's going to happen next with either this person or someone new. Okay, so let's see here for Cancer for June. Spirit. I heard take pride in what you did. Take pride in what you did. We have rest coming out for you at the end of the month. Rest. Okay, so I don't feel like this is your energy here. You were always shifting. I feel as though that this is definitely either what somebody propelled you into, this energy of like feeling your emotions were all over the place, or theirs were. Okay, and then I'm on the split here, I'm getting love your dark side too. So this person, whatever they whatever they touched inside of you, and I'm really seeing like this vulnerable place in you. It's like a little heart within a heart. Whatever vulnerable place they got to also contains some kind of darkness, like it's attached to some other wound. There's something there that you were very protective of, and this person managed to get there, okay? So it's like you need to love that part of you too that reacted out of fear or reacted out of hurt, the anger that you might have expressed. You need to embrace that and love that too, and see where it's coming from. Okay, because I feel like you're being a little bit too hard on yourself right now. And I'm also getting be clear about what you want, okay? And I think that was maybe part of the issue, is that this shiftiness from this person made you feel also like on unequal footing and unstable ground, because you were putting up with it and you were starting to question, maybe even subconsciously, like, is this really what I want? Why am I dealing with this, right? And then that might have spiraled you into this whole thing about like, who am I? What is going on? Right? So be easy on yourself right now. Okay, let's see what we got. So the beginning of the month and the energies that you're bringing forward into June are, what are you waiting for? Okay, and we're going to clarify all of these. What are you waiting for? So I feel as though you are wanting to heal. You're like, when am I going to heal? I need to heal. And then I think for many of you, you are on that journey or on that process, but it's like you don't it's like you've moved forward, but you don't have a particular person or goal or something that you're walking directly towards, and you're just kind of walking forward. And it's like you're asking yourself, what am I waiting for to like get that pep back in my step and to know where I'm going? Okay, so there's a little bit of feeling this energy of like, what am I doing right now? Okay, now the defining events of the month, we have staying alive. It's interesting, Scorpio had that, and I'm not sure if I'm going to release Scorpio's reading. We'll see. It was a little bit dark, but you might want to check that out regardless, because I'm mentioning it anyways. And then we have I am connected to the earth, and look to nature for healing. Okay, and then at the end of the month, rest. I do feel like this month in June, or whenever you're watching this, because tarot I really feel like is timeless, but in the next few weeks, let's say, you are going to feel embraced. Like I'm seeing someone hug you. Like you're going to feel embraced again. You're not going to feel so quite alone and quiet. A lot of you haven't shared what's been going on with you. You've been actually very quiet about it, and as a way to protect yourself. Okay, and being quiet about whatever's happened has made you feel a little disconnected. But you're going to realize that connecting to others, and this doesn't have to be like you telling others what went on, but it could even be like joining some community or witnessing, watching people discuss their similar experiences, or just like putting yourself in the energy of people who are also feeling hurt and being inspired by their resilience and their vitality. And I feel, Cancer, you already know you can pull through this. You already know you can do this. But you're just feeling a little alone in it. And then look to nature for healing. And I'm taking that actually quite literally here for you. I really am. And what I'm thinking here about look to nature for healing is look at the cycles in nature. Like there are cycles of death and now you really might want to look at Scorpio, and death and rebirth, right? And so I do feel as though if you think about the lifespan of your favorite flower, let's say, there's a certain process of change that is painful that nature goes through in order to regenerate. And and I'm thinking about this right now, I have a hydrangea bush, plant, tree, whatever you want to call it, outside my window. And it was glorious when I moved in. And then, of course, over the winter it died. But in order to keep it stable, I had to tie it to a post, right? In order to keep the fragile branches like strong and sturdy during the winter so they could withstand the weight of the snow and all of this. So there's something about tying yourself to a post, and I don't mean that in an oppressive way. It's like anchoring yourself within a community of people or energy even. It could even be like a spiritual lesson that you sign up for, like how to do Reiki or how to do something, you know, how to do this particular ritual. You know, it might be something like that you sign, like a webinar where you don't necessarily have to interact with other people, because I still feel like you're a little closed off right now and you do have to rest. So something that you can go at with your own pace, but gives you that kind of stake in the ground to hold on to, because you're feeling a little fragile. Okay, let's clarify this. Let's clarify these cards for Cancer. What are you waiting for? We have the Lovers and the Chariot. Many of you are waiting for someone, or just love in general. Or I heard to be loved. To be loved. It's so beautiful, Cancer, because it's like no matter how much you get hurt or how much people hurt you, it's like you get into this mode of like, fuck everyone, I am not gonna love anyone again, I am not opening myself up. But then it's like slowly over time you find yourself doing that, and it's just, don't fight that. That's just part of you. You represent the fourth house, home, hearth, nourishment. And even though you want to say fuck that a lot of the time, it's like part of, you know, no matter where your Cancer placement is, it's just part of who you are guided to be, is somebody who does want to hold somebody close like this, to have someone go on the journey with them. And, you know, a lot of people say, don't wait for love, don't wait for love, don't wait for that person to come back. But I kind of feel like a little bit of that is a lie, Cancer. I just saw 1212. I really feel like that is a little bit of a lie. I feel like everybody is kind of waiting. Okay, maybe it's because we've been indoctrinated in our society that we need love, but we're all wanting to be loved, okay? And so if we don't have it, if we want it, then we might be waiting for it. It just feels like it's okay. It's okay. Now, if you're waiting for some toxic asshole to come back from the past who's like clearly shown that they're a dick and then, or a bitch, or whatever you want to call it, I don't care. But if they've clearly shown you that they're going to just hurt you, then yeah, I mean, there's no sense in waiting for that. But Cancer, I don't feel like that's actually what you're waiting for. Even if it's being manifested in another person, you're waiting to heal your heart. Because you are love. That's why Cancers are so fucking intuitive, is because intuition works through the energy of love. I strongly believe that. Okay. Let's see what this defining event is going to be. Ooh, too many. I did see the Magician, though. Let's see what this defining event of June. Ooh, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, Magician, I saw manifesting love. But look, this is falling on top of staying alive. See, it's that hope of love, that dream of love, that gift of love that you have that might feel draining at times, right? And that's why you need to rest. But you have this in you, Cancer, okay? And it keeps you alive. And it's interesting because Scorpio got that card, staying alive. And what kept Scorpio alive in that particular reading, right, for June, is destruction and death and rebirth and regeneration, like a much more forceful, chaotic energy. But for you, you also have this thing that you don't like all the time, that you have to love, and you're so open and you want to take care of everyone, but that's just a part of who you are. So you can build boundaries, but don't build borders within your own heart, you know? Like don't cut yourself off from your Ace of Cups, your ability to love the world and love yourself. Defining event, the Fool. The Fool with the Ace of Cups. Oh, Cancer, it's so important that you feel rested and rejuvenated, because I'm seeing, like, I am seeing something new. It could be the new, oh my God, Cancer. It could be the new hope of love, but it really looks like it's love, Cancer. Ace of Cups, the Fool, with the Knight of Cups, the defining event of June. I mean, like, I'd be an asshole to read it another way. This looks like somebody coming in. Okay, so we got the Ace of Cups over the staying alive. I talked about that. Then we have the Fool over I'm connected to Earth. So what I was saying about like new beginnings, things need to end for new beginnings to happen, and joining something new, becoming part of something new. You might meet this person there, in this kind of group, in this kind of activity, or whatever the case is. I'm really seeing working with gardening kind of stuff, soil. It might be useful or helpful, or you might meet someone like in a nursery or something like that. Look to nature for healing. We have the Knight of Cups. Nature will heal you, will be your Knight of Cups, but I also feel like the world is turning to bring in someone pretty fucking spectacular. This person I feel like is going to be very romantic. They're going to have a little bit of a wild edge that might get you a little bit scared, but they're pretty sweet. They're sincere. And this is why you need to rest right now, Cancer, because I feel like once you meet this person, it's going to be like amazing. I just saw the Three of Swords fall out. And I think that's what you need to rest, because you're still feeling that broken heart. That's why you still need to rest. Okay, let's get more for the end of the month. Oh, there's that Three of Swords again. So at the end of the month, it's not like I feel like you're going to be brokenhearted at the end of the month. I'm not feeling that at all. But I am feeling see what I was saying about drawing borders within your own heart, cutting yourself off from your own heart. And that's what that looks like there. And so the rest that you get in the month of June, I do feel like you're going to get rest. And just reconnect naturally to your surroundings, to people. You don't have to talk about anything, but you can certainly open your energy. If you want to talk to other people about your heartbreak, you definitely can do that. But you are going to walk away from this Eight of Cups, and you are going to find that rest. And I do believe you're going to see hope. Somebody's coming in. Let's get one more about that rest in the Three of Swords. A broken heart needs time to mend, right? It's cliche, but it's true. Hearts do actually break. There's a science behind it. There's little things in the heart. I don't know what they're called or whatever. I should research that. But the heart truly breaks. There's things that snap in the heart when you go through something that's heartbreaking to that degree. It hurts. So, when you feel it, like I felt it when I've been heartbroken, like, holy fuck, it actually hurts, And you need time for it to heal, just like any other part of your body. When you tear a muscle somewhere, you need that sleep, that deep rest and rejuvenation, that deep sleep in order for that muscle tissue to regenerate. And it's the same thing with a broken heart. You have to rest it. You have to nurse it. You have to baby it. You have to love it. You have to love yourself and your broken heart, and not be so hard on yourself. Okay. Oh, so many here. Temperance, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, with the Ace of Wands. It's going to take time and patience for sure, but you're highly guided in this time. It's so emotional, actually. Like, I'm seeing your spirit guides or some kind of like other force, like looking down at you in your bed, smiling. Oh, Cancer. It's so sweet. Oh. This is my Cancer Venus. It's like you're crying in bed and your spirit guides are looking at you, Cancer, smiling, because it's part of the process. It's so sweet. Okay, let's get it together. It's really, you're so protected. And this is just part of it. It's just part of something you have to go through. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Yeah, you're going to feel stable, firm, secure in yourself. The energy's going to move. New things are going to come in with the Ace of Wands. Just rest. And when you're crying, if you're still in that phase, many of you aren't, and you've moved past this. But even just the thought of that happening is so, well, for me, it's just like, oh. And tears of joy are what rebuild the heart too. Okay, and those are tears of joy. It's so sweet. Okay, so know if you're crying in your bed in the month of June, that there is someone or something watching over you, smiling, knowing that you are healing yourself. All right. Fuck, man. I really got to pull this shit together. I learned, so I'm Cancer Venus, so yeah, that's why this happens. But I learned that my Juno, which has to do with love and relationships and commitments, is in Pisces, which is apparently also bleeding heart, also like super mushy, helpless romantic. So I'm kind of screwed when it comes to that stuff. All right, let's get a closing card out for Cancer. Closing card for Cancer. Truth be told. This is your truth. Look at your opening your soul. You're opening this is going to open your soul. You know that other saying, when your heart breaks, it cracks wide open and out comes, this beautiful soul. You don't have to wear a mask. This is who you are. It's okay to feel this hurt. You don't always have to be the strong one, because as Cancer in the 4th house, there is a maternal instinct there, regardless of your gender, but a nurturing instinct to be strong for everyone. In Cancer, you are. But part of that strength is vulnerability. You have to be a human too to relate to other humans, right? For me, I'm just thinking about this experience that when I've cried and I've been with a friend and they empathetically in response or, they cry too because they're empathetic and they feel what I'm feeling. Even though I'm looking for a rock at that time, them mirroring my emotions is what builds trust, because I know they can feel what I'm feeling. And so who better to support me than someone who really gets it? So it's okay to let that wall down and to cry to others or cry for others as well. Okay, let's get one more. Then we really got to close this out. I heard and have a snack. Have a snack, Cancer. Have a nice snack. Higher power. You're going to make me cry again. Yeah. This is the little angel dude who's not gender specific, who's hugging you at this time. Okay, I need one of these. All right. Higher power, truth be told. Let's get, there's so many. All right. How can I refuse? Assessing. Okay, trust and blossoming. Yeah, trust that this process of you assessing your broken heart, your boundaries, your fears, all of the shit that went on is really part of your blossoming. It's really part of your growth. No one becomes an old soul without having gone through some shit, okay? You're so loved. I love you. The universe loves you. Many people love you. And you love you. Don't forget that. I'll see you next time.